I hope I'm not late though. To tell you I'm grateful. Yeah. At times I lost faith. I just thank God's grace that you always stayed faithful.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Your boy DV8, and welcome to the Grateful podcast, the first episode of 2026. So man, it's been a rough year, man. Even though the year just started. So we definitely hit the ground running. This is our first episode, and today we have the man who's usually behind the microphones, behind the scenes, and this is gonna be the person who'll be joining me a lot more onto the podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Saviour. so like a lot of people don't. So the crazy thing is, like, I think you already know this, but every time you tell people your name, people always think that either they misheard, or maybe you're pronouncing your name
wrongly. True.
Because I know, like, somebody even called me yesterday and just like
same person. We had the conversation.
It's like Xavier. I'm just like, no, it's actually Saviour. And everyone was like, oh, okay.
So we had that conversation the whole day yesterday. It's like, actually Saviour. I'm like,
yeah, bro.
Saviour.
But yeah, man. Like we said, January. Like, while everyone is like, complaining about how much money they don't have. And like, at least for me, January was just like
you're balling.
No, I wouldn't say balling, but I would say like I was financially comfortable, right? And and there was just like tons of work that we're doing. So it didn't feel like your regular January. So, and what about on your side, bro?
I thought I had it under control because December I was like, I'm play it safe for everyone who's broke in January. I'll be the one bowling in January. I know it didn't go as planned. I made a few bad financial decisions and they caught up.
I think that would be something for me as well, because I do like I'm not as disciplined with finances as I ought to be. And I'm in the place where I'm just like, okay, this definitely has to change. So I think that would be the plan for the year. I think because what's going to happen is, like, I'm going to start to say no to a lot of things now. Like, if, people want to hang out, and it's going to cost money. I'm just going to say no. Funny enough, like, there was like a work thing that was happening. Lady who was going into early retirement, and we had to like contribute to it. I was just like,
nope.
Sorry, man, I can't do this.
That's funny.
So that was the first practice of doing it. I'm just like, okay, now let's focus on the next no.
Small wins.
So I think that's actually maybe a good way of doing it. Just like, let's focus on saying no the next time. If this is something that is not going to yield like a lot of good results, if it's just for leisure and type of things, just say no to it.
We'd rather say no.
If it's something that you have to, I start to think things differently. Like there's a payment that I have to do to get my academic record. But it's, in order to pay for that, it means I get to not pay like 15,000 in something else. So I'm just like, okay, rather pay for that.
For this?
Pay for things that will either generate money or will save you money in the long run. So that's kind of like the mindset I need to start having.
I can relate, bro. I can relate.
Cool. So plans for the year. We already started like with a lot of the stuff. So we already planned up now, and we're just kind of like working it through. And the first thing was church tours. Yeah. So to explain
Sounds
to
bad, man. When you say church tours, people
I think church tours is better than church hopping.
Because that's what people think.
That's what,
church tours, they're like, you're church hopping.
You're church hopping. Like, no. So to explain to everybody what like church tours are, church tours is just basically we are touring different churches in Windhoek. Churches that we've heard about, that we have friends that attend, and we're just like, let's go to this church and just attend the service. So almost like the same way that you would go to your friend's house.
100%.
So that's the same way that we're doing with churches. And I think the experience has been good so far.
100%.
Which is kind of weird because we only did 2 churches so far, and yo, bro, I remember saying that, I'm exhausted already.
Yeah.
For some reason, attending different churches is just somewhat mentally exhausting.
Yeah.
But also, which a very strange thing is that I pay more attention.
Same, bro.
In churches.
Same. I wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so far we did, I think, 2 churches, which was Every
For me,
Nation Church. You only did 1.
I did 2. Your church and Every Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did Every Nation with you, and also did CITAM with Franklin.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting just how churches are different.
100%.
So the Every Nation experience was probably, like, I would say, the most interesting one.
Mm-hmm. How so?
I think because on one side, the first thing that I kind of like noticed was the multiple services in one Sunday, which I'm always kind of like, hands down, like, it's very effective.
Yeah.
Like the way that they kind of like have their worship, and then they have their, their word, and also give time for people to kind of like connect and fellowship outside, and also that also brings in other people to come in during the service.
Yeah.
It's very efficient, man. The way that it kind of like feels like it's almost like, car manufacturing, or this manufacturing places where this machine does this, and then it goes on.
This goes to the next.
So I think it was well done. And I guess since they've been doing it for a while, obviously they got it. They have it down to a science. I did appreciate, I think it's Pastor Chris, right?
Yeah, Pastor Chris.
Yeah, Pastor Chris's message, which was part of a series.
Yeah.
What I really appreciate, because one of the things, like, I love preaching.
Yeah.
And notice I said I love preaching, and I love to preach. So when I say I love preaching, I mean, like, I love the art of preaching. Looking at the persons, not only, because there are 2 parts. There's the part where there is the message and how that message is put together, but there's also how that message is presented. So I'm fascinated by things like this, and watching guys do that. I think Pastor Chris he's a very good preacher
100%.
of the word.
100%.
And I like the fact that in his message, which was part of a series, on that particular day, he still managed to put the gospel in there effortlessly.
100%.
I was like, this is what the gospel is.
Yeah.
And preaching the gospel while you're preaching within a series, for me, is always like a good thing. The gospel should always be preached in every single sermon.
100%.
And I feel like if your sermon goes off, if you cannot find a way to connect the gospel to your sermon, for me, it just feels like, I think you're missing something here. I think you're just doing a motivational talk now. True. So I think he did that, pretty well. I think the only thing which I only noticed because he mentioned it, it's been the thing that's been on my mind a lot when I think about it, was he mentioned something. He said a phrase in his message, which was kind of like, he said something like, because of time, I can't go through this right now.
Yeah.
So that for me kind of like showed that, it's like, it made me cognizant of the fact that there are 3 services in one day, and he can't preach everything that he wants to preach because there are 3 services in one day.
Yeah.
Right. So that sort of like popped up in my mind, and and if he never mentioned it, I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah.
True. I would have actually been extremely impressed and just be like, yo,
wow.
This guy managed to, fit his entire message in this amount of time. So, and like they say, like, it's harder to make a short message than it is to make a long one, because 100%. You have to cut out a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But
don't you think it's effective for how, like, they've set up, for lack of a better term, their system, where they have, like, they even meet during the week, like, they have a lot of things going on. Don't you think they have enough time to, like, really dive into, like, the sermon? And
I think it's like definitely possible to do that. Like it does, because this church it is quite busy. But I think just for a Sunday thing, for someone who just comes there once, that one time, you would feel like there's something that you that you missed out on. And again, it's just on the fact that he mentioned that if you didn't mention it, I don't think wouldn't have noticed.
Everything's good. Yeah, true.
But also just to come into the idea of multiple services on a Sunday.
Yeah.
There is now the question of like how I can understand, like, because of there are so many people that are coming to the church. Practically, you have to have multiple services.
100%.
Like, if you only have one service, then there are people who will be missing out.
Outside.
But there's that aspect I started to think about, like how is the community being formed in this church as a church as a whole? If people are not necessarily all meeting at once, because we had a gathering, which we're going to be talking about a bit, where I think there were 3 or 4 people from every nation that didn't know each other.
Oh,
you were there, dude.
No, I didn't know the people that didn't know each other from every nation.
Like, remember, when we went for the hike, and then someone's like, every nation's like, hey.
Oh, yes. Okay. My bad.
So,
It's too early.
So that whole thing, it's like, for me, it's a very weird thing. Like, coming from a smaller church, with only one service, you would, if somebody says that I go to this church, like there's one girl who was like, I go to New Song, and I was like, no, you don't. Like, I go to New Song, I don't see you.
I know everyone.
So that aspect of kind of like, how do people commune when you're having multiple services in a day? How do you build that community for the church as a whole? Now, I could be wrong and only see things from the lens of my church. Because maybe there is a way that they're forming communities. Maybe there are multiple communities within that whole church community. Which, again, like I said, for me, from my perspective, it just seems, off somehow. But again, on the practical side of things, if your building can only hold a certain amount of people, it is more practical for you to have multiple services for people to attend.
100%.
And then try to build a community out of that in some way. So it would be actually nice. I think probably what we could do is invite somebody from
every nation.
From every nation, or from the churches that we kind of like that we visit, and just like, I'm willing to sit down just to talk a little bit about your church and stuff. And I guess I'm hoping they would like talk to your pastor first.
100%.
Because we don't want people to get in trouble because you misrepresented the church. So that would actually be.
Don't you think then in that case it's better like approaching the church like, okay, senior pastor, and like, we have this. Would you bring anyone to talk about your
I think
church?
that would actually be a better way to do it. But also I would want just a regular person who goes to their church, not a higher up.
Fair enough.
Simply because people who are more in a position of leadership have a script, so to say.
100%.
It's like this. They know everything about the church, but someone who just attends as a layman, I would like to. I think it's more interesting to speak to people like that. So on to the next church.
It's funny.
But before I go, like your experience of
Every Nation. I think it was pretty good. It was pretty refreshing. Actually, like the music choice, it's not something. It's different music from what we play at my church, so that was pretty good. And like you said, Pastor Chris is a good preacher. Like he was engaging with the congregation, and it was a good sermon. All in all, I enjoyed myself.
All right. So blanked out a little bit. Yes. So, but here's the thing, okay, I think probably the major thing that's kind of like crazy about Every Nation is the parking. The parking situation. We
should we tell them about traumatic experience?
We were in a car accident, bro. In the parking lot.
We couldn't have been here.
Oh man, dude. So Every Nation, like, because again, like, the parking is a huge problem. I think you pretty much need a 4x4 if you
100%.
Unless you try to go inside and find parking in there. Otherwise, take a Yango, take a taxi. If you don't want any parking issues,
or something.
Because the parking is crazy there, bro. So funny enough, man, I'm trying to see it like it's starting to feel like Every Nation is low key the whole 2819. Because 2819 gets packed, bro. Like there's a point like where they actually had to move locations because they are growing.
They couldn't accommodate everyone.
Yeah, they couldn't accommodate everybody. The parking, and usually parking is the biggest issue.
Yeah,
you know. So even like our church, since we moved locations, parking
is better.
No, it's worse.
How?
No, we didn't move because of parking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because your parking was good.
Our parking was good.
There was
the place where we were, the parking was fire.
Yeah,
you know. But now it's like it's a challenge.
The other way around.
It's a challenge, bro. So like almost every Sunday we have to make an announcements regarding parking. You know. So yeah, that is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, second church.
One thing I also noticed at Every Nation before we move on is how welcoming people are, bro. Like they're very friendly. I remember having like a lot of good conversation. I don't know, maybe it might have just been me. Yeah. But like people at the desk were very welcoming, smiling, and
I'll give you that. The people at the info desk were they did put the right people at the info desk. I'll give them that. Because I did make a friend there from the at the info desk.
Yeah.
And they put the right people there. It's always good when you put the right person at the right position.
Yeah.
Because imagine if you had an info desk and the person was extremely rude,
100%.
doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, true. So, it feels like they're serving. You know, like there are people that you can tell that they're serving.
Yeah.
There are people where they do it, you kind of forget that they're serving.
Yeah.
Then there are people that are doing it and you can tell, they're just putting in a shift.
Yeah,
and it wasn't giving those vibes.
No, it didn't give those vibes. I even managed to get a book actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How's it going, man?
I didn't start it. I'm one of the worst book readers, bro. Like like I bought 3 books last year. Yeah, didn't touch them.
Join a book club or make
that
one,
would
bro.
probably work.
Yeah,
but then again, people have to have the same book, so yeah. But yeah,
you can scan it and send the soft copy.
Hectic. But yeah, next thing that we went to was what was called CITAM. Yeah, do you know what CITAM stands for?
Nah,
you can guess.
I don't know. It's given stream or
because it's CITAM.
CITAM. Not a chance.
Yeah, give a guess. Just.
Not a chance.
Just.
Yeah, I'll say it's something like a stream or a river or something to do with eating or being fed.
You know, it's an acronym. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. Okay. Take us home, bro. Take us home before I embarrass myself.
So CITAM stands for Christ is the Answer Ministries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I was far.
No, dude, you're far. You are like so far you didn't even know that it was an accident.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But anyway,
that's pretty cool.
So we went there. They meet in so it's in town.
Yeah.
At the I forgot what it's called, but it used to be the Portia Hotel.
Is it the one opposite Fennel?
No.
That's the new Portia.
Yeah, I think so. But it's the one that is close to the police station. So you know the main police station in town at that cross intersection. So basically on one side you have the police station, you have Namibia, and then you have that entire block with the stores. So it's on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we went there with Franklin. I remember that day he decided to sleep in. You know, we're gonna shame you publicly here. So, and I also wanted to sleep in as well, but I just like let's go. But my body wakes up differently on a Sunday morning.
Yeah,
we're just like it's Sunday. By 7 o'clock, I'm already up.
Yeah.
So I was like, CITAM's their service starts at 10.
Oh,
I can go to my church for a bit and then head over. So yeah, Franklin decided to join the church tour on that, and then we went to CITAM. And yeah, CITAM it's a small church. It's actually much bigger than we thought, because when we were told about CITAM, we thought like average 8 people.
Yeah.
It's not 8 people. Yeah. So it's much closer to 30 people on a Sunday. It's a Pentecostal church.
Yeah.
And it is, I have to say, I've had my fair share of Pentecostal churches. It is probably the most un-Pentecostal church I've ever been to.
And in what?
In practice, the songs that they sing, the way that they preach, everything about it is very not your typical African Pentecostal. So I think the thing that really kicked it was when the guy who was preaching, he said, if you are sick, go to the doctor. So that one was just like, okay, this is really, because it was just because the whole message was around prayer, and the way that he really expanded, that message on prayer, like was, masterfully done, which is like, when you're upset, pray, when you're angry, pray, when you're sick, pray, and all of these things. And yeah, it was done very, very, very well.
Yeah.
So the only thing is that for some reason we were very tired. Now everybody, okay, not everybody, but there's a huge portion of people that were tired in the church and that were kind of like falling asleep. Maybe it's the ventilation issue. Maybe there's just something in the atmosphere that day. I know I was like struggling to stay awake. And it's one of the reasons why I want to go back, because I had such a good experience there, and I was just like, it's just unfortunate that I wasn't able to stay fully awake
the whole
throughout the whole thing. But yeah, no, CITAM is a great church, and also like I know half of the congregation there, and all of them are like solid, folks. So if they are at that church, it must mean something.
100%.
Yeah. So
should I give a review on your church now?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
2 stars. I'm joking. Yeah, it was a good experience, and we also went. That was the night we was it after restoration?
It was after restoration.
After restoration. We didn't have enough sleep.
Yeah.
And we went to your church. Funny thing is we didn't doze off. At least I did.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't either. Like, yeah, because dude, like we slept went to bed like 5 a.m.
Yeah. And it's not like we went to bed 5 a.m. and slept. It's like yeah. We're like talking, we like things. So when we got there, the music isn't different from what we have.
Okay.
Yeah, so that felt like home. I enjoyed the word that was shared, and even to this day, was last year November, right?
Yeah.
I still remember when the preacher was like, hang around men that know how to love and that hit home. I was like, damn. Am I that guy? Or not necessarily, because most people will be like, do I hang around people that know how to love?
Yeah.
But it was like, are you that guy for your friends? Can your friends say that about you? So that really stood out for me. And how you guys are like a family, man. Like you got there and you're introducing me, and these people are like eager to know who you are. Like, oh, hey, how are you? How did you find out about the church? Oh, how do you know Deviate and all? It was a pretty good experience. Yeah. And the parking was terrific. And the coffee was amazing. Yeah. And we had rusks.
Oh, man. Yeah, there were rusks that day. Yeah.
Wait, you don't always have rusks?
No, we don't always have rusks, bro. Like, you came on a good day.
Don't invite me again.
Dude, you came on a good day, bro. So, yeah, and this is one of the things, like, I remember, like, really trying to rush over to get some rusks as well, because I was just like, yo, listen, they go fast. When somebody decides to bake and then they bring something, dude, you wanna make sure you're the first one there. So yeah, I think that was one of the reasons why I decided to go to New Song.
Yeah,
because I was looking for You're wild. So yeah, basically I remember like when I left the previous church I was in, and I made the decision of like, okay, this is what I'm looking for in a church, and I'm going to go to different churches. I'm going to church hop. So church hop is when you're actually looking for
a church.
Yeah. So then I found the church that kind of like hit all those points. So the family aspect was what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I will still say that as much as it does, we have that element there, it's still left wanting. It just feels like you can do more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of like what I kind of like decided, like, well, let's see what else we can do.
Yeah.
To make it more of a family place. And that whole aspect of hanging around church after the service, that form of fellowship, we consider it part of the worship service. And this is why it felt rushed when we were at every nation.
Oh yeah,
because
true,
you know
true.
they are starting another service.
Yeah,
you know, if you're on a longer fellowship time, come for the finals.
100%.
You know,
100%.
so coming from a place where you're like you can stay at church for up to 2 hours. We had times we shut down the church, man. I remember there's one point like we left the church maybe at 5. Because we're just kind of like chilling. Like we sat there, we're like, yo.
Christians don't like their homes.
No,
man.
they don't like their homes, bro. Like we
Christians
chilled there.
Hang around, it should hang more.
Literally said that listen, we're gonna get food and then come back and chill here. It's like some people still remain behind. And fine enough, I think we can actually start to do that a bit more.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the church and see what we can do around that.
Like after church and just hang.
Yeah, like after church we're just like, hey, we're gonna stick around.
Yeah.
And then be like, yo, let's go get some food. After like the church empties a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, get some food.
After they can manage the bills, like, let's go and get food.
You know what? Yeah. I think I got an idea that's cooking right now. But
let them cook.
So yeah, man. Yeah. So that's kind of like the whole idea, you know, behind, you know, chilling at church and gathering. And speaking of the gathering,
yeah,
we started a ministry, which is called The Gathering. In The Gathering, what we do is
It's never a good sign when people are like, we started a ministry. You know, money's gonna be us.
Dude,
money's gonna be us for.
Like, here's the thing. So here's the funny thing. Like, for the longest time, dude, I hesitated calling it a ministry.
Yeah.
Like, I found myself only calling it a ministry when I'm dealing with other ministries and it's like, yo, we want to partner up.
Yeah.
And then it was just kind of like, this is in itself a ministry. In a
sense. 100%.
So, yeah. So basically what The Gathering does as a ministry is that we promote and we host Christian events in Windhoek.
Yeah.
So the promotional part is still wanting. We do probably need to get somebody who will be in charge of promotion. Yeah, because what we want to do is that if a church is having something, we want to tell people that, hey, this church is having something and drive traffic towards that. You know, not only like, hey, we're talking about only stuff that we do.
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah, we probably need to work on that. But we've had 2 events so far. And then we have 2 upcoming events in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Lord is saying something about the number 2. Let's check 2 Timothy chapter 2.
February. It's the second month of the year. Let him cook. Let him cook. Preach, man of God.
So yeah. So we start off with the hike. The hike was probably one of the easiest ones to do. We're hoping to have one soon again. Yeah. So it was sort of like a hike and breakfast. And yeah, what was your sort of like experience with that, man?
I enjoyed the hike. It was better than I expected, you know, like not only numbers, but also how people were fellowshipping, for lack of better term. I was looking for a good word to use, but like people were eager to get to know each other and just, you know, share ideas and have good conversation. That was pretty cool. There were no cliques.
Yeah.
It was just that when we went for breakfast, you can't talk to the whole table.
Yeah, I think that was the breakfast thing, like it really divided the table.
Yeah, it did.
So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man, the hike was like the hiking activity itself, like let me put half of the hike because it's there in Ausblik. We started with a steep side and yo. I honestly, I get nightmares now.
You don't want to go back.
I don't want to go back. I want to do a different trail that is not as steep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that, you know, having that activity with everybody, hanging out with some of these folks that I've seen once and then I'm seeing twice, I think was pretty good. And you get to see different people, different fitness levels.
Yeah.
So you know, kind of like who to go to a particular event with.
100%.
Like if there's gonna be one of those, you know, marathons, you know that hey, I can link up with this person.
Show up.
Yeah, with this believer, and then you can, you know, marathon together.
True.
So yeah, the breakfast I think for me was the most interesting part. Wasn't my favorite part because there you actually get to dialogue and because the gathering is like an ecumenical, that's a word that I learned, Which just means
off.
like,
I read books,
bro. So ecumenical just basically means bringing together people of different denominations, and mostly like beliefs within Christianity.
Yeah.
So seeing different people from different churches,
different perspectives.
I think a lot of them were either non-denominational or Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Now, me being Baptist, we're kind of, I was there and just like, oh man, I'm the only person like myself here who thinks the way that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, how do we continue to have these things, especially when people are coming together and talking, and we come off from a place of your theology is wrong or your church practice is wrong. And that's the biggest concern that I have, because that churches have, the reason why there's so many denominations is because churches don't
always agree.
Yeah, they didn't agree on certain things, or they put emphasis on different things.
Yeah.
So that is the thing that I was concerned about. But, I think the best thing to do is to, one, be extremely respectful.
Yeah.
I think that's respect will take you a long way.
100%.
But also to just come from a place of curiosity and not criticism.
True.
So you can just ask questions and be like, why do you believe this? You know? And what is your scripture reference to this belief? Where does this belief come from? Where does this practice or where this tradition comes from, and all of these things?
Yeah.
So on that side, you are not necessarily in a place where you are criticizing.
Yeah.
But you are also putting them in a position where they have to think a little bit more about their own faith and their own practice and their own church. So it's I think that would be a healthier place to be. And if you don't agree, just like, I believe differently.
Yeah, and it's fine.
Yeah. And I think it's also like the question, I think there'll be a point where I'll be talking to certain people and also just maybe encouraging to say that, hey guys, don't try to, let's try to focus on the commonalities.
Yeah.
Like, instead of things that are different. Like, for example, a huge thing which can cause a lot of divisions, like the whole issue of tongues.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to have a thing where it's like we are praising together, could you avoid not speaking in tongues? Because it's one that some people believe, either some people believe it's not real, or other people believe it should be practiced in a particular type of way.
Yeah, 100%.
So rather, let's avoid doing that and do stuff that we that we can all agree on to something. Basically be considerate of others. I think that's where it's really coming from. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a challenge, and it's been tough, bro.
It's been tough.
Dude, like, I'm not gonna lie, as recent as yesterday, actually, I was just like, I don't ever want to do this anymore, because there's the planning side of things, which is just a whole schlep on its own.
But don't you think it's coming from a place of you're trying to consider all these things? Because low-key, from my experience, people are just excited to be around Christians. They're not thinking of, you believe this, you believe. They're just like, I'm happy I can be around Christians, we're hanging.
I think, so there is that aspect. Like, it's sort of like the planning part, right?
Yeah.
Because for me, for me, I guess it's one area that I'm starting to look at it as an area of pruning, and an area where I'm being grown in.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I don't like rejection.
Yeah.
I also don't like planning stuff for people and then people don't show up. Right. So that is something that I'm being worked on, to be like, hey, listen, are you doing this for people, or are you doing it for the Lord? Unto the Lord for people, so to say.
Yeah.
So that really is sort of like that. It's almost like when you are purifying gold, where you kind of like have to take out all the impurities. And I believe that that's what I'm currently now going through, where the question of, when I say that, I do this for God, and then only one person shows up, you should still be excited because you're doing this for God.
True,
you know what I'm saying?
True.
So that's kind of like the process that I'm kind of in at the moment. But it's also work, man.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot.
Dude, sending proposals, like churches being like, we don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it is what it is. But the two events that we got up, the first one, which is now official, is the apologetic seminar. That one, that one is fun. That one took work to put together, and now there's still a little bit of work. But we know we got a venue, we got our speakers.
Yeah,
we're good to go. Yeah, we got a date, time. Yeah, so that one's pretty good. We're planning also sort of like acoustic night. That one is in its final stages of planning.
Yeah.
We have a date, we have a venue. We just need to solidify guys who are going to come through. And I'm also hoping to have it like as an open mic.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, anybody who wants to do something,
pull up.
Right?
Anything Christian.
Yeah.
We don't want to be cussed out.
Oh yeah, sorry, I missed one thing. Like we did have an event which was Praise in the Park. That one, it was very different from the way that I imagined it. Yeah, because what I imagined was just like people sitting in a circle and then singing songs of praise. How it ended up turning out is like people on one side and then people in front. So the whole idea behind this, like we have the liberty to actually be Christian in Namibia.
Yeah.
Like there are countries where like you cannot outwardly be a Christian. There's some countries where you can't even praise God publicly.
Yeah, 100%.
So
even carrying a Bible is like, hey, bro, I sure you want to do that.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
So I was just like, let's use this liberty, man. Let's not take it for granted. And I think this, as Christians, we take a lot of stuff for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, as far even the breath in our lungs, we end up taking it for granted. So I was just
Guilty
like,
as charged.
Yeah. So it's like let's take this liberty and let's go praise the Lord in Zoo Park.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can do it in other parks around
100%.
Windhoek as well. And yeah, I think it's a good experience. And what I really wanted to do is also to switch back from the way that we do worship. Because the way that it's done is like one person on stage, and the crowd is there, and it almost feels like it's a show.
Yeah.
And it's understandable, again, for practicality reasons, why it is the way that it is. But, with Praise in the Park, I wanted it to be like we are worshiping together.
As one unit.
As one unit, you do have like a lead worshiper, so to say, but that person is also worshiping.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like leading us in worship, and it's not sort of like a concert where it's like
we came to watch
you do, worship type of thing. And then because the song, that's my jam.
Yeah.
I'm singing along.
Yeah.
And I say that I do think that there's a space for that, where just like people can showcase their talent their God-given gifts and the music that the Lord has laid on them. But I think when it comes to worship, especially singing songs of worship and songs of praise unto the Lord, it should be a communal thing. Funny enough, us checking out somewhere, because the whole idea of worship has been, I've been dwelling in a little bit into that, where this guy was saying that in the beginning, the way that worship was done, people would sing songs of worship in Latin and I think maybe Hebrew or whatever. Yeah. But the congregation would not sing along because they don't know the words. They don't know the song. Yeah. I mean, they don't even speak that language. Yeah. Right. And then they kind of like came to a point where they changed it. Because I think they said initially in the time of the apostles and stuff, people were singing together. And then it came to a point where only one person was singing. And then came to a point now where everybody's singing. Yeah. And then because of, things being loud and having a worship singer who can lead people well, who's more talented and stuff, it's like, okay, let's put up speakers and guitars and all these things. Let's praise God with excellence and all these things. And like I said, all practical reasons, all good. But I just do think there needs to be a space where when we are especially singing songs of worship and songs of praise, it's us together, not us watching you do and then this is my favorite song. Let me sing along. Thing. Yeah, I don't know this song. Exactly. Yeah. So I think that was the whole idea and the heart behind Praise in the Park. So hopefully the next one, we can make it more intimate, less of, hey, let's watch you perform type of thing, or you be in front there and we can sing along. But that's like a thing of togetherness there as well.
Yeah, I think it was a good experience. We've learned from it, and like you said, there's a lot of things to pick from it, and things that will be done different. So, yeah, it was a success because stuff was learned from it. Yeah, and we're excited for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think the big thing about all of these things, because one thing that I did mention, or at least in my mind, was I'm very big on the community and the socializing part of church, which is, we didn't put it in mind, but I know people were asking, like, where are we going after this?
100%.
So I think there should always be a plan of where we're going to go for like 2 hours after every event.
Yeah.
That's
a good idea.
And I think that would be dope. I mean, when we went to Checkers like for like 30 minutes or something like that. Yeah. So for me, that was already good. Good enough as a place to kind of like socialize and stuff. And we already know a couple of spots around Windhoek. We keep and if you have a good spot, a good recommendation of where to go and hang out, let us know.
Please.
So yeah, that is kind of like everything regarding the gathering, and hopefully this thing will grow. There's lots of ideas that we have, and we can also post the link to the gathering right in the description. So because a WhatsApp group, I think we have clocked now 200 people, and hopefully more ideas will come and we can do a bunch of stuff more.
100%.
Yeah,
definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, man. I think that kind of like wraps it up. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, and
join the gathering.
Yeah, join the gathering. And if you want us to come to your church, let us know. And yo, man, I gotta say this, man. When we're going to a church, we are not looking for ladies, man.
Yeah, not at all. Dude. Maybe we must start going with ladies.
Or maybe we should start wearing huge shirts, like we're not here for your lady.
Yeah, no,
we're not looking for ladies. Like a huge shirt. Bro.
Not here for women.
Nah.
Only the Holy Spirit and the Word.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know if you want us to visit your church. I think we got because we might go for a break. We might do like a couple of more churches and then we go.
I think
we've
break. Even been on a break.
I think we have been on a break. Yeah, we have.
It's
been like what 2 weeks now. Yeah, roughly.
Not
maybe 3.
3 to.
Yeah. So we need to get back on that.
Yeah. Before it dies, silent death.
Yeah, but do let us know what church you guys want us to come and visit, and we'll come through with the crew. And yeah,
even like youth services. Aren't you down to visit like youth services?
I was. My thoughts have changed on that, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know, guys, this is the Grateful Podcast. We'll be back again with some more episodes. Some stuff will be chill, some stuff will be more, detailed. We might have some guests on and stuff like that. But yeah, when we don't have a guest, it's just going to be me and Saviour, just chopping it up.
Yeah, and you can chop it up with us.
Awesome stuff. All right, have a good one.